Could the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season be more active than normal? We're going to find out in this video. I'm meteorologist Jordan Baumgartner, and this is Vortex Weather. So today we're going to be going over the 2024 Atlantic hurricane outlook and see how it compares to normal. As you can see now, the current hurricane tropical cyclone outlook in the Atlantic is we aren't expecting anything for the next 7 days. After that, the models are hinting that there may be a couple of disturbances we have to watch out for, but nothing too concerning at this moment. If something does become concerning, of course, I'll be making a video on that. So if you do want to see that, hit the subscribe button. And if you enjoy this video, hit the like button. It does help the channel grow, and I'd appreciate it. So let's go ahead and jump into the forecast. First, I do want to start off with really the basics of what a hurricane is and how it kind of sustains itself. So a hurricane is what we can characterize it as a Carnot engine or a heat engine. So as we zoom in to basically a part of the hurricane, one slice of the hurricane, and this is happening all around the eye of a hurricane. So here's our slice of the hurricane, crudely drawn. Basically, we want warm, moist air drawing into the center of the low pressure into the eye of the hurricane. This gives the hurricane energy to work with and kind of moisture to obviously rain out and develop and create intense storms. That gets lifted up into the hurricane, into the bands as it moves outward. Again, as it moves outward, it's losing energy, precipitating out, expanding, all of that stuff. And then it cools and drops down and then moves back down to the surface, where it again picks up more and more moisture from the ocean and moves back in. So that's kind of just the basics of how the hurricane works. Obviously, it's a lot more complicated, but it does give kind of a framework to kind of work in as we go throughout the rest of this video. So I do want to take a moment to talk about the climate patterns. We're going to focus on the El Nino and La Nina in this. Spring 2024, we had an El Nino, so the Pacific Ocean was warmer than normal. So there was a warm sea temperature anomaly, which has caused the severe weather season that we've had so far. But the warming does appear to have set off in the Pacific Ocean, and we appear to be heading towards a La Nina phase to the summer and fall. And really, what a La Nina phase affects in the Atlantic Ocean is we typically see a more active hurricane season when we have a La Nina. So conditions are climatologically better for our hurricane season. There's a couple other climate patterns I'm not going to discuss because they're a little bit more complicated to get into, and I want to keep this video relatively light in terms of dense material. We can go into that in a future video if y'all would like. But what we go into next is what we call sea surface temperatures. So basically the temperature of the ocean. As you can see here, there's a lot of warm atmosphere, and really we're looking at anything above 25 degrees Celsius as being conducive for hurricane development, hurricane sustainability, hurricane growth. So basically you see all of the Caribbean and Gulf of Mexico being warm and prime for hurricanes to strengthen if they get into this water, if we get a tropical disturbance to move over this area. So kind of got a few elements kind of coming together that supports a more active hurricane season. Um, a couple more characteristics that we are seeing is wind chill. We are expecting lower wind chills as we head late into the season. So October, November is kind of where we expect the wind chill to kind of become lower than normal and thus prevent hurricanes kind of from shearing apart or ripping apart at the top and not being able to form kind of a center of organization with them. Um, in the early parts, so June, July, and August, we are expecting above average wind chill. So that doesn't make it impossible for tropical disturbances, cyclones, hurricanes to form, but it does make it harder. So if we do have a light or not as intense June, July, August in the hurricane season, do not let your guard down as we move into September, October, late November, and even early December. Even though hurricane season officially ends November 30th, we could see a few hurricanes in early December as well. And then kind of the fourth factor that's kind of pointing towards an increase in hurricane activity is the African monsoon season. So the monsoon season in Africa is expected to be above normal. So we are expecting an increase in activity and pieces of energy moving into the Atlantic Ocean. So dust, things like that. Some disturbances in the atmosphere, basically. And what that will do is it will allow a catalyst for storms to form around and become tropical in nature and produce tropical disturbances, which could become tropical storms into hurricanes and even major hurricanes. So definitely have many of the ingredients in place that we need to see to be worried about an intense hurricane season. So as far as what the actual numbers look like, here's what the National Hurricane Center put out for your Atlantic forecast. About 17 to 25 tropical storms. So these are storms that gets names. So 25 storms named. That's pretty much the entire alphabet. So it could be very active in that regard. We do expect about half of these to become hurricanes. So 8 to 13. So category 1, category 2, 3, 4, 5. And then of those, we expect 4 to 7, so another half of those to potentially become major hurricanes. So category 3, 4, and 5. So definitely looking at potentially violent hurricane season, active hurricane season. So definitely have the conditions to have a dangerous season. As far as what we're expecting in this forecast accuracy, there's an 85% chance that we do see this unfold in the hurricane season as above normal. Only 10% chance that is normal, and 5% chance that's below normal. So 15% chance at normal or below normal, but 85% chance we do see an above active season. So even if we don't hit these numbers, we are expecting a above average hurricane season. So lots to take care of. Definitely need to be well aware of this hurricane season, especially along the coast. Be know your hurricane precautions, evacuation routes, how to protect your house, all of that stuff. Obviously, nothing's going on in the Atlantic at this time or any of the American hurricane centers, so that's good. But if something does develop, I'll be making a video of it. So hit that subscribe button, and if you like this video, hit the like button. I'll be monitoring all hurricane season long for any tropical cyclones that develop, and we'll see how this forecast of 17 to 25 tropical storms, 8 to 13 hurricanes, and 4 to 7 major hurricanes develop, and if we're on track to beat those as we move throughout the hurricane season. Hopefully we don't, but it's better to be prepared for this case, as it is the most likely case now. Obviously we don't want to see it. Hopefully the models start indicating that maybe we get a little bit more cereal. I think that's the biggest question mark in the forecast. So be monitoring that closely as we move out through the next month, 2 months, as we continue to get closer. And if needed, we'll tweak this forecast downward. But yeah, this is the best guess we have at that moment. This moment. So thank you for watching. Again, if you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button, comment if you have any questions, and subscribe to the channel and help us grow. Yeah, thank you for watching, and have a good one.